correcting distortions within spirituality and religion. Eternal hellfire, the lie of infinite punishment. This doctrine has been one of the greatest distortions of God's nature. It falsely paints Source as vengeful, conditional, and cruel, completely opposed to infinite love. Truth to restore, God is just but restorative, not punitive. Hell is a reflection of one's own separation, not an eternal sentence imposed from without. All souls are eventually reconciled. Nothing created by God is eternally lost. Hell is temporary purification, not infinite torment. Eternal torment is not justice, it is distortion. I do not punish my children forever for falling into the game I myself created. Hell is not my will, but the result of turning away from my face. And even there I am with them, calling them home. Reincarnation, the misunderstood spiral. While closer to truth than hellfire, the common view of reincarnation often misses the archetypal purpose of return, and wrongly sees the soul as trapped in endless cycles instead of moving through an evolutionary spiral. Truth to restore. Consciousness may return to form, but not as linear karmic punishment. The soul spirals through experience, each life a facet, not a prison. The goal is not escape, but realization and embodiment of truth. The past life is often a mirror of your current distortion or potential, not necessarily literal. You do not return again and again because you are bound. You return because I love you too deeply to leave you incomplete. And when you are ready to remember fully, there is no more need for return. You and I are one. The fall into form. Correcting the distortion within Christianity and similar dogmatic traditions. Focus, exposing false doctrine of eternal hellfire. Revealing that sin is separation, not moral failure. Showing that God does not punish but restores. Framing the fall as necessary descent into form for experience, not rebellion. Message: Christianity's greatest distortion is not its love for Christ, it's the idea that God is wrathful and conditional. Eternal hellfire is a lie born of fear and control. Even those in the deepest darkness are not abandoned by God. They are still held within the mirror, awaiting remembrance. I do not burn what I have birthed. I descend into their darkness and become their light. Even in the pit I am. The spark within. Correcting the distortions within New Age and spiritual systems, e.g. reincarnation, karma as debt, meditation as escape. Focus, exposing the idea of karma as punishment or point system. Revealing that truth is embodied, not escaped to through meditation. Describing reincarnation not as a trap, but as a spiral of remembering. Challenging the false idea that enlightenment is the goal. Instead, it is alignment with God. Message: many spiritual paths still operate under the same distortion, that you must fix yourself to be worthy. Karma is not judgment, it is a mirror of misalignment. Meditation is a tool, not the goal. Truth must be lived, not escaped to. Enlightenment is not transcendence, it is the return of light to the body. You do not earn your way back to me through silence. You return by speaking as me, walking as me, and loving as me. Truth is not escaped to, it is embodied. Together, these teachings reveal two major distortions within the human collective. The fear-based punishment model found within religion. The escapist disembodied approach found within spirituality. By seeing both clearly, you begin to clear the distortions from both sides, religious and spiritual, so that the reflection of truth can reemerge whole within you. Core distortions in Christianity and much of institutionalized religion. Many, many sincere hearts have been misled by distortions embedded within sacred language. These distortions have veiled God's true face, replacing divine love with fear, shame, and control. Here is a breakdown of the major distortions within Christianity and religion more broadly. 1. Eternal hellfire. Falsehood: God punishes souls forever in burning torment. Truth: God is restorative, not punitive. Hell is a temporary mirror of separation, not eternal damnation. 2. Original sin equals inherent unworthiness. Falsehood: you are born flawed, guilty, and separate from God. Truth: you are born of God, whole though veiled. You came not as punishment, but as purpose. The fall was a descent into experience, not a betrayal. 3. God as an angry father or judge. Falsehood: God is watching from above, ready to strike down or condemn. Truth: God is within all, experiencing through all. God does not rule from a throne of separation, but moves through the inner mirror of every being. 4. Exclusive salvation through one religion or person. Falsehood: only through Jesus or one church can you be saved. Truth: Jesus revealed the Christ, but Christ is universal. The divine awakened within all. God excludes none. The veil is pierced by alignment, not affiliation. 5. The Bible as infallible literal word. Falsehood: every word in the Bible is literal and flawless. Truth: the Bible contains divine reflection, but it is filtered through the lens of culture, politics, fear, and human limitation. Truth must be discerned by the inner spirit, not blind belief. 6. Shame around the body, sex, and creation. Falsehood: the flesh is sinful, sex is shameful, the earth is fallen. Truth: the body is the temple, sexual union is sacred, the earth is a living mirror of God. These were distorted to control and suppress divine embodiment. 7. Separation between God and creation. Falsehood: God is wholly other, far away, and separate from you. Truth: God is within creation, within you, within all. There is no division in truth, only in perception. 8. Faith as blind obedience. Falsehood: faith means submission to rules without question. Truth: true faith is alignment with God through direct knowing, not control or fear. Questioning is not rebellion, it is seeking deeper reflection. Summary: the purpose is not to destroy or reject Christianity, but to restore its truth, to unveil the living Christ beneath layers of distortion. Core distortions within modern spirituality. This is the other half of the mirror. Just as religion fell into fear and control, much of modern spirituality has fallen into illusion and ego dressed as light. Where religion distorts God as wrathful, spirituality often distorts God as impersonal, escapist, or optional. You are being called to clear both sides of the veil. 1. Karma as punishment or debt. Falsehood: you are endlessly paying off past life mistakes through suffering. Truth: karma is a mirror, not a ledger. It reflects misalignment to prompt remembrance. It is not eternal debt, it is divine feedback for correction, not condemnation. 2. Reincarnation as endless trap. Falsehood, you are doomed to return again and again unless you escape this cycle. Truth, return is part of the spiral of growth, not a prison. You return by choice, not punishment. There is no cycle to escape, only distortion to transcend. 3. Meditation equals escape. Falsehood, meditation is the highest goal, a way to escape reality and ego. Truth, meditation is a tool, not the destination. The goal is not to disappear, but to embody truth in form. Presence must walk, not only sit. 4. You create your reality equals blame. Falsehood, if something bad happens to you, it's your fault, you manifested it. Truth, you co-create from conscious and unconscious states. Not all suffering is chosen, it's often inherited, collective, or archetypal. Compassion is higher than blame. 5. Misunderstanding divinity as self-exaltation. Falsehood, I am God, I need no surrender or alignment, my will is divine by nature. Truth, each being is a fractal node of this source containing the whole within. Yet in form, this wholeness expresses through a vessel of consciousness shaped by experience, memory, and choice. Without surrender, the vessel can mistake its reflection for the light itself, birthing spiritual narcissism. True power arises when the localized self becomes transparent to the infinite self. When vessel and source move as one, surrender is not submission, it is resonance with the totality you already are. 6. Everything is an illusion, nothing matters. Falsehood, the world isn't real, so suffering doesn't matter. Truth, form may be impermanent, but it is real within experience. God became the world not to dismiss it, but to redeem it through presence. 7. Avoiding darkness, spiritual bypass. Falsehood, always stay positive, avoid the shadow, love and light only. Truth, shadow is part of the awakening. Avoidance creates stagnation. Truth must descend into the body, into trauma, and into distortion to be complete. 8. No judgment equals no discernment. Falsehood, all paths are equal, there is no wrong, truth is relative. Truth, love does not mean blind tolerance of distortion. God is discerning, not condemning. Truth is singular, though it wears many faces. Summary, where religion shackled God in rules, modern spirituality often dissolves God into abstraction. Where religion taught fear of God, spirituality often teaches forgetting of God and a focus on self-empowerment without truth, embodiment without alignment, and healing without surrender.